Hello, hello. Good morning and welcome to Monday, the 24th of August. We are cracking along in this year, aren't we? I've started to look at September, October work now. I'm like, ooh, this is this is definitely feeling like the end is near. At the end of the year anyway. All right. Okay, so we still currently have the moon in Capricorn. Good morning, Louise. There we go. Here we are. Cheers. Mm, it was so lovely having you over yesterday. All right. So, moon in Capricorn, it was in there all day yesterday. I know I got lots of work done, so I was very happy with my achievements yesterday, and that flavor continues on today. Now, in the words I've written, delays, irritability, and frustration. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Well, you do have the power to respond to situations in the calm, rational manner that is flowing throughout the day. So take some time to ponder your plans. Are there any obvious adjustments that can be made easily now? Or do you still need a few days to get a few ideas of what the universe may be up to? All right, because we've got this eclipse finishing off on Friday. And honestly, looking at the words for Friday, or even just looking at the lead up, I feel like we're going to be a little bit brain dead on Friday because it is a Pisces moon, and yesterday the sun moved into Virgo. Yay! That's a good feeling. All right, we like Virgo people. All right, so now we've got this month that is all about. Good morning, Helen. We're looking at paying attention to the details because the details have consequences. All right. And what I love about Virgo is their sensible, plain rationality. Good morning, Deborah. How are you? So, we're way more intelligent when it comes to Virgo because Leo is loud and showy and I'm passionate about this thing and I'm going to roar. Good morning, Kath. How are you? But whereas Virgo, way more introverted, all right? It is okay for you to just chill out. That was so funny. I love that dog. So cute. And the potato. I'm sorry, I love the potato. Minx. Oh my God, so cute. All right. So blah 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 blah. All right. So yes, we have the sun in Virgo and the moon in Capricorn. Very logical, sensible, rational. Let's get this plan started. All right. Now, um, oh, I just had a song in my head. Let's get the party started. No, that's not the right one. That's way more Leo. Anyway, I was just listening to Queen's I Want to Break Free. All right, because this is going to be an earworm I would love to hand over to you for this week because now that the sun is in Virgo, being ruled by Mercury, all right, now Mercury moves into Virgo tomorrow morning. Oh, sorry, tomorrow evening. So we've still got Mercury in a place where he's able to speak. All right. But Capricorn is going, hang on a minute. Have you got the groundwork done? Do you know what you're talking about? Do you have the expertise? And Virgo's like, yeah, all right, let's think about this rationally. Let's ponder a little bit more. And Mercury's like, but I just want to say the things. But all the other ones are like, well, you can say the things. Good morning, Paulette. How are you? But we just need you to make sure that you have the details, the data, because like I was saying earlier, the details have consequences. Good morning, Susan. How are you? So I love this energy. I really, really do. We've been coming through with this Leo stuff, and it's not triggering, it's initiating. It's ramping up the energy inside us. We're getting excited. But now we've got first of all, we've got the moon in Capricorn and the sun Virgo, all that stuff I was just saying. There's a square to Saturn at 11. So this is where the delays and frustration come into it. But with Saturn and the moon in Capricorn, we know that delays are there because not all of the information may be there, or there's, the universe is like, hang on a minute, we're still, the cogs are turning over here, we're waiting for this person to come into the picture, and there's still things sort of sorting themselves out and settling. So before you go off and Mercury and Leo say too much, just think about it a minute, all right? So again, so that might be delays and frustrations. However, you are able to respond to these situations knowing that there might just be more to come. So I'm just going to shush and be like a Virgo, calm, cool, collected, and rational. All right, so now at 4 p.m. we do have the moon square Venus in Libra. Now this could also look like, Venus in Libra is like, yeah, but are things fair and equitable? Has everybody had their say? Are we having a debate? Like what's going on here? Has everybody sort of said their bit? I don't know. I just feel like because it's so mercurial right now, and we've got Sun conjunct Mercury, we've got this restlessness with the Sun square Uranus, all right? And that forms a T square on the day of the eclipse. So all of what I'm saying this week is just leading up to Friday, which is why I was like, I think Friday we're going to be a little bit maybe brain dead, or a little bit just overwhelmed with everything that's coming, all right? So we've got the Sun in Virgo, Moon in Capricorn, dealing with the processes, but the square to Uranus, which is just getting stronger and stronger, and locking into that T square on Friday. Uh, uh, I'm sorry. The exact square to Uranus is 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, but it does form that T square to the eclipse, which is, all right, we're thinking about things, and there's a potential for radical information to come in, which is the exposure, the beginning, the ending potential of the eclipse. Like there's something radical in nature on its way that is going to change the way you view things, change the way that you experience things. Now, we have already had Uranus in Gemini for a long time. We're already aware of where we're changing our thought process within ourselves so that our lives can be different, unique, and authentic. All right. So, with these last couple of days of this window starting to, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a full moon eclipse. You can see what's coming. But again, with the hang in there, because there's probably just a little bit more information to show itself. Or, maybe you haven't sort of stopped and pondered enough. Are there any obvious adjustments that you can easily make now? All right. So rather than waiting for someone to concrete the blocks in, very Capricorn, Saturn, structured stability and longevity, do we need to make sure that the corners are like actually, at 90-degree angles? Is there something that we can just sort of shift a little bit because we have the foresight to see that that's going to be a problem in the future? All right. So even the fact that I was just reading right here, Cycles of Becoming. Thank you, Tessa, for sending me this. It's talking about we're coming up for a Mercury retrograde, in Mercury and Venus retrograde in Scorpio. And this is talking about Prometheus and Epithemus. Can't quite get that, but one is foresight and one is hindsight. All right, so here we are, and we're in that right now. Not that we're in Mercury retrograde, but we have very strong hindsight. All right, been talking about this all last week. The fact that this came at the right time. So the hindsight that we have right now, maybe we haven't put all of those pieces of puzzles into place yet, because foresight is saying, I want this vision, but do we have all of the relevant blocks in place to form the strongest foundation possible? At the moment, Mickey's doing the garage, and he's putting in the footings. Those footings have to be exact, precise with tools and measurements. And not that we have to do that, but we need to make sure what all the moving pieces are. You know, if there is a part of the puzzle that you cannot see the pieces anywhere, then maybe this is that unfolding sort of thing. I know I've gone very off topic ish, but I just feel like, you know, there's so many things to sort of bring together for this week's completion to give you the most benefit for who you are and where you're at now. All right. Okay, so like I was saying, 11 o'clock, expect some sort of something with Saturn, or whether it's a delay or, you know, an adjustment, because, you know, the sun is making in conjuncts. All right, so on Thursday, we have this massive yod. All right, so two in conjunct saying adjustment must be required. And your Neptune and Pluto are the base. All right, so think of an arrow. Neptune and Pluto are forming this spiritual potential, and the adjustment that both of them are pointing to is 3 degrees of Virgo. All right, now in the Sabian symbols, that is children playing together, or it says black and white children playing together, but I'm like, I just think differences in humanity, or, you know, allowing people to be themselves but still being able to integrate, the illusion of prejudice, and the need for affirmative action. So so you can sort of see that it's like, all right, yes, there's frustration, yes, we're sort of maybe, you know, we're restless, we want to break free, you know, there are adjustments to be made, while Mercury is still trying Chiron, bringing up memories. Mercury, now ruling the sun, is also still conjunct the South Node, which is about the past coming back to show itself, so that those specific things can be dealt with. All right. Eclipses, they're bringing things up. The moon is highlighting things. And, you know, I've been asked to do a talk, my first paid talk. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And that's part of the thing, is not fearing, you know, not fearing facing the memories, not fearing facing things that you have pushed away for so long, because it is exactly that. It is the potential, the illusion of prejudice. All right, it's the illusion that caused you to not want to face those things in the first place. Now with the Pisces Virgo, it's a very spiritual, connected place. However, that Virgo is our human body. It's showing you all the signs and symptoms and feelings, and, you know, our body's wisdom and knowledge is so strong. You know, the cleaner our bodies are, the, you know, the more amplified our intentions are, like all the things. Spirit and the physical form are one in the same thing. This is just the vessel that we have this lifetime. So that was a lot, wasn't it? So we're coming back down to Monday. So again, there's just lots of things coming up to be dealt with. You know, you may not want to, but, you know, now is just the perfect time for you to gain all of that clarity and depth and meaning that is available to you. So, courage through healing. How does that feel, guys? How does that feel? Let's draw a card. Oh, I feel like this one. I'm sure a lot of you are, you know, standing in a place, just sort of feeling into, you know, we're all trying to be just that better version of ourselves. And yet here we are going, but this is all I know so far. But, you know, you have all of the answers. You already know the things, just like we forget the pain of childbirth. You know, is it that safety within us that is not wanting to release us to move forward into those new things, because it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, or something like that. So all right, I feel like something's going on here. Okay, right, card. Okay, which card is going to be perfect to summarize today? Capricorn moon with a few little challenges, but ultimately, you know, giving us those extra colors to finish the picture that we're trying to paint. Oh, Six of Pentacles. All right. I feel like I'm just sort of going, what are we juggling here? I'm going to read the words for this one. I know it's some sort of energy exchange, but I still feel like there is a some sort of juggling factor. Please feel free to put your comments in about the Six of Pentacles, as always. I don't claim to be a reader, tarot reader. I just use it intuitively. All right, so I showed gratitude for my life through generosity and compassion. Oh my God, that just sort of sums it up, isn't it? All right, being open to give others and being open to give to others and receive from others are states that we must all cultivate. This card asks you to experience these consciously. Um, how does it help make you feel helping others? Is it heart-centered? Are you gifting your time or money? Oh, I wonder if that is another form of it. What are you willing to give and accept from others at this time? Because, you know, sensible things. And I wonder if it's also like, well, if I give to you, then there's an expectation of receiving something back. Yeah, there we go. So there's the card for today. So I hope that you all have an amazing day. Again, watch for that 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock for those squares. And just, you know, all this healing is available to you. Just make sure that you're sensing exactly where you're at and logicking it first. You have the sun in Virgo and it is going to be awesome. So, much love to you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.